Hello from Plant Reviews. Today 7th of August, and I'll talk today about one of my favorite Hippeastrums, commonly known Amaryllis, as even if Amaryllis is actually a different genus of plants, and this one is Hippeastrum Chico. This is a plant that sometimes is called Hippeastrum cybister or cybister Chico because belong to a group of Hippeastrums that have an ancestry with the species Hippeastrum cybister. Hippeastrum cybister is a species quite different from other Hippeastrums because it has spidery-like flowers, and most of its progeny has the same quality. Hippeastrum cybister is a species found in Bolivia and Argentina, and as many Hippeastrums is dormant for a period of the year. In particular, Hippeastrum cybister is dormant between autumn and spring. The Hippeastrums are a group of flowering plants that are bulbous, and here you can see indeed the top of the bulb. They live, the species of this genus live in subtropical and tropical climates. However, some varieties and species are hardy in the UK, also outdoor, such as the Hippeastrum sonatini varieties, about which I made a video about 1 month and a half ago, and I'll post it, I'll put it at the end of the video as a link. Hippeastrum hybrids are divided in 5 main types: a large flowering Hippeastrum or large flowering Amaryllis, double flowering Hippeastrums or double flowering Amaryllis, so-called Amaryllis, and both the large flowering and the double flowering are the very popular bulbs that are sold as Amaryllis at Christmas time in the UK, as well as many other countries. However, there are 3 groups to which Hippeastrums hybrids are divided: are the small flowering, the trumpet-shaped, and finally the cybister Amaryllis. The cybister Amaryllis, or as they should be more correctly named, the cybister Hippeastrum, as indeed this one. The Hippeastrum Chico has a quite big bulb. You can see here the top of the bulb, but actually in the video of the Hippeastrum sonatini you can actually see the whole bulb that I showed in that video, to show really how huge are the bulbs of these plants when at blooming sides. Each bulb of the Hippeastrum Chico produces usually 1 or 2 stems with 4 to 6 flowers per stem. This in particular produced 1 bulb, and I have 4 flowers on my stem. Unfortunately, some of the flowers were damaged when in bud by snails. Luckily, the other 2 instead survived the damage of the snails. What I did really is moving the plant from the garden where it was growing to indoors, to allow the buds to develop undisturbed without predation from snails or slugs. The flowers are as I said, usually 4 to 6. However, large bulbs can actually produce also 5-8 flowers per stem. However, I would say that 4 flowers per stem is the minimum that this kind of Hippeastrum can produce. Depending on the temperature, the plants usually bloom about 8 to 10 weeks after planting the bulb. And this one in particular, due to the fact that I planted it in full summer, I planted it in the end of June, and now it's flowered in early August. So I would say that the plant needed just about 6-7 weeks to bloom in my case. The Amaryllis Chico has a very peculiar shape among Amaryllises. Actually, let's call them Hippeastrum as they should be called, because as you can see, is a very spidery flower. You can see how the tepals, that is the three sepals and the three petals that are kind of similar in appearance, have a very spidery shape, very long and very thin, and also the similarity to a spider is enhanced by the very long anthers and stigma. The anthers are the male part of the flowers, the filaments that carry the pollen, while the stigma and the style belong to the female part of the flower. And you can see that the overall shape of this plant, of the flower, is absolutely stunning, very peculiar. Kind of similar, I would say, to the Sprachelia formosissima, another beautiful American bulbous plant, about which I made a video some months ago, and I will put as well at the end of this video as a link to which you can click on if you are interested in. Unlike Sprachelia, that is one of the most gorgeous bright red flowers I know, the Amaryllis Chico, sorry, the Hippeastrum Chico, is mostly red on the top part of on the three top petals, as well as flushed of red in the top part of the middle petal, and green on the lower part of the middle petals, tepals, as well as on the lower tepal. The color is really particular because it really is like a double colored Hippeastrum, and it is very different from most Hippeastrums or so-called Amaryllises sold in spring, because they are usually solid colors. Sometimes they are striped, but they are striped in all the tepals, while this one has different colors in the different tepals. You can see that the shape, in addition to a spider, kind of resemble an orchid, with the lip, with a pseudo lip formed by the three lower petals that basically make a funnel in this part, and really the shape is kind of similar to Sprachelia. The plant, the flowers, sorry, have a diameter that can reach about 15 centimeters across. However, mine are about smaller, about 10 centimeters across, possibly because I just planted the bulb. It didn't have time to adapt. Possibly, hopefully, in the next few years, the flowers will become bigger. The plant so far didn't produce any leaf, and this is quite common in Hippeastrums and sometimes in Sprachelia as well. They start producing the flower first, and then they produce the leaves. The flowers really tower the stem. As you can see, they are quite tall, and the stem itself is tall about 50 to 60 centimeters, about 60 centimeters in my case. Sometimes it can be as small as 40 centimeters. The leaves, when obviously are produced by the plant, I've read, because obviously my plant didn't produce any leaves, that are glossy green, and this is a beautiful foliage, because in these plants the leaves tend to last longer than other Amaryllises in these hybrids, in this hybrid in particular, the Amaryllis Chico. And I've read also that sometimes can actually be green all year round. This is a thing that I cannot guarantee at the moment, because I really wanted to show you the beautiful flowers as long as they are on the stem, and surely I will give you updates about my Amaryllis Chico in the next few months when the leaves appear, so I will show you the leaves as well. The plant is a plant that needs absolutely well-drained soil. and full sun, ideally full sun. The fact that most Hippeastrums, as well as the true Amaryllis, need a very well-drained soil indeed, because they come from area that absolutely are not waterlogged, and actually some Hippeastrums, like Hippeastrums papilio, are epiphytic plants, so they need to be cultivated more like orchids than, so for example, sphagnum and bark, rather than really a compost as they were terrestrial. This one I put it in a well-drained potting mix, compost potting mix, actually multi-purpose garden compost with some grit to enhance the drainage, and is doing perfectly fine at the moment. The cybister hybrids, as I said, some cybister hybrids have evergreen. I'm not too sure about this one. I've read that it can be evergreen, but as I said, I will tell you in my next few videos. The flower spike, the beauty and the size of the flower spike, as well as the flower count of the flower, of the flower spike, depends by the previous growth. So it's very important to fertilize the plant, usually about once every 2 weeks, and fertilizing it needs to be avoided excess nitrogen, because in this case this will produce lots of leaves but really not many flowers. About planting the bulb, once you prepare the compost, remember to plant the bulb as you can see here, with the top part, I would say the top 5 centimeters of the bulb above the ground, and in this way you are sure that the plant is able not to be completely surrounded by compost, because especially this part, the one that of the bulb from which the flower stem and the leaves will originate, is sensitive to rotting. Even when you water this plant, remember to water it from the sides rather than straight from the top, because if the water gets into the crown, it might stagnate in the crown and lead to rotting of the entire bulb. Another option is actually to put the pot in a bowl, filling the bowl with water about I would say half or 3/4 of the level where the compost is on is in the pot. So, and you can leave it, say, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, in order for the ground to be soaked with water, and then fully drain the plant. My review of the Hippeastrum Chico is definitely a positive review. I mean, in general, I've spotted flowers. Unfortunately, the flowers are not fragrant, but I think that the shape of the flower is absolutely incredible. It's really one of my favorite Hippeastrums. And, well, as I am here, I will try now to self-pollinate this plant, if I am able to. So I take, as usual, the the pollen from the plant, and I put it on the stigma, if I'm able to focus on it, hopefully. Sorry guys, let's do from here, and okay, hopefully now is better. No. Okay, so now you can see, hopefully, that the stigma is yellow, as because I put the pollen. Okay, so you can see a little bit of yellow on the stigma. Sorry for this the last 3 minutes pollination. That is actually really 2 seconds, but focusing on such a small area such as the stigma of the plant is a bit difficult. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you would like to support my channel, it would be great if you can please subscribe. So in this way you can get updates from when I post new videos about flowers and plants. If you like the video, also would be great if you can give a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, obviously give us a thumbs down, and it would be great if you can please explain in the comments what you didn't like in the video. I will try my best to improve my next one. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.